First of all, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be way sharper. We're doing this during the day. Right before we started recording, I was so tired. I was like, dog, like I slept a lot last night too. I was like, I don't know why I'm tired right now, but I'm boys sleepy. Just my life, always sleepy. I don't know how Kevin Gates never gets tired, man. I'm always tired. I'm like the opposite of Kevin Gates. I only have one job, so I don't know what the hell he got going on. But welcome to Long Lost Pals, episode 54, our Psyduck episode, another one of Corinne's favorites because they act very similarly and they wear the same color. I'm Joey.
I'm Psyduck, apparently. Corinne.
And this is the segment show. Thank you for joining us. We will get started. Oh, first and foremost, we did a poll this week too. We've been trying to do polls every week. Yeah, we did. This one was about like if people were going to tune into the Jack Harlow album. And I don't know what the final count was. It was 50-50 when I last checked, but it was only like 4 votes. So I didn't see what the final thing is because Instagram makes it rather difficult to see the results because you have to like somebody message you or something. So Instagram, if you're seeing this, you're not. Go ahead and fix that to make this easier for common folks such as us to see the results of our polls. Are
That
you
was a
ready to?
that was a fucking mouthful.
We're getting into our first segment, which is Turn It Up or Turn It Off, where we review a new album and say whether we would turn it up or turn it off if we were in our vehicle listening to it. This week we reviewed Monica, which is the new Jack Harlow album that we did our poll about. We give our initial thoughts and then we tell you at the end whether we would turn it up or turn it off. Corinne, would you like to get us started with your thoughts about this album?
This Jack Harlow album. Okay, let me give context. I woke up to a text from Joey that said, Jack Harlow dropped a new album. Do you want to listen to it and review it on the pod? I was like, yeah, sure. I had no context of anything about I didn't know he was dropping. I didn't know the genre. I didn't know. I when I turned it on, I think it's gonna be what's popping. I'm thinking, what's the other one that he has? I'm Vanilla Baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer baby.
Uh,
Whatever that one is.
I don't remember what it's called.
I'm thinking it's more of, him just being a rapper. I did not know that it was like an R&B thing. So when I pushed play on the first song, I texted Joey probably 20 to 30 seconds into the first song. I said, "Hold on, young Jack. What do we have here?" Banger of a fucking album. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever said the Hillary Duff album was full of bangers, turn this motherfucker. I'm gonna show you what's a fucking album full of bangers sounds like. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's a banger. We're R&B boys.
Mhm.
I didn't expect this to be a
Mm-mm.
full R&B album. The first song, I was like, damn, this shit kind of rides. I even the songs that I don't love, I can still listen to.
Yeah.
Like, what's the song? Say Hello. I didn't love that song, but I was like, I can still like. I might say it don't got no skips on it, fam. How are you feeling about it?
So I just texted you because I saw it had come out, and we were like, we're trying to alternate what segments we do and stuff, and there was no real new albums out besides this one. I wouldn't consider myself like a Jack Harlow fan.
Same.
An album he had 2 albums ago I liked, like Come Home, the Kids Miss You. I think it's like 3 years old now, 4 years old. And, time flies. I think it's like from 2022. That one
Mhm.
had some good songs on it, but I'm not like I said, like not like a Jack Harlow fan. I too had no idea that this was like an R&B album. So when I listened to it, I was the same thing. I was like, oh, I was like, I like this first song. I was like, he didn't really rap on it, but I like it. And then the whole album just kept being the same, and I was like, okay.
Exactly. I was like, okay, maybe this is like an outlier, and he just had like one slow song on here, and then the whole album ended up being that. I was like, this motherfucker is bad
And
in a
then
good.
I was like, so he's always had like a smooth voice to me, like the
Yeah,
way his delivery. I was like, so it kind of fits like what
yeah,
like this album, like when he says it, which is hilarious because if you see those clips of him rapping when he's younger, he looks super nerdy. Like I think he was like
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like a nerdy kid. So I'm like, it's like a Disney Channel movie. He's like really like
His
glowed up
glow
into
up, his
yeah,
glow
like
up.
real deal because he like seems like really smooth and shit like that. But no, I had no idea, and I was like, yo, this is like I enjoyed it. I didn't like the song. I think it was called Winter or some shit like that. That's like the
Mm,
one I don't really like. Against the Grain's another one I'm not crazy about. But like you said, I could let all of them ride. Like I don't dislike any of them. Like if I had to pick two that were like the worst songs to me, those were it. Like I
that's
liked All My
crazy.
Friends is one I really like. I really like the first one too.
Yeah,
Um,
trade places. Yeah, trade places. Immediate banger.
yeah.
Sleeper song on the album was Prague. Last night, I just, I was like, I, great night. And I turned that album on like as I was kind of like cleaning and doing things. Get in the shower, the edible starts hitting, the album is on, and I was like, bro, this motherfucker rides. So I'm not gonna lie, Prague was a sleeper. I liked it, and I was like, damn, wait, which one is this one? And I had already saved it, but it didn't like jump out to me until like a couple of listens in. So I did like that. It's crazy that you didn't like Going Against the Grain because I think that In Trade Places are my favorite songs right now.
I'll listen to it again too, because like maybe it's towards the end. So even though it's a short album, which we also I think both agree on that we enjoy,
Love,
it's only
love.
like 35 minutes, I think 37 minutes, something like that. So maybe though still my attention span is kind of going because that's like the second to last song, I believe. So maybe I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm good now. Like it's been 30 minutes, it's been half an hour,
Yeah.
my attention span is gone.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think there's any songs I don't like. Um, I will say what was interesting to me is we've talked about like albums where the songs kind of blend together and it's kind of the same. This is like that, but in a good way. Like this to me is like an
Yes.
album I could throw in the background, but it's like a one I want to be on in the background. You get what I'm saying? I don't put on pop music to be in the background. I
Yeah.
put it on when I want to like when I'm doing something active or something. This is like a song, an album I just put on the background and let it ride, and it's fine that it sounds kind of similar,
Yeah.
and things like
It
that.
it sounds like a complete body of work versus I feel like Hillary Duff's where it was just like the songs were kind of bleeding into each other. His songs, they just all like God, I don't know how to differentiate between the two, but one of them feels like each song was an individual song that they all just
Yeah.
melted together well. Hers all just sounded like the exact same song, period. Like there was no difference. I feel like his delivery was a little bit different. The beat was a little bit different. You know what I mean? There was just something about each individual song where it just like, oh, this is a little bit different than the last one. And you could hear it as hers were kind of the exact same, and that's why they just bled into each other. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like a complete body of work versus hers where it was just like this is just the same song over and over.
Did his quote in the media, did that ruin the album or taint it for you a little bit?
It didn't. No, I don't think that it ruined it. I think that white artists who are occupying black, I don't want to say occupying black culture, maybe like occupying like black spaces, like him dipping into R&B, which I feel like this is R&B kind of contemporary
People were calling
jazz.
it neo soul because I
It's
remember someone's like, "I'm not listening to a
I
Jack
don't
Harlow neo soul album."
I don't know that I would call it neo soul. I could understand why people are labeling it that. It we just I think that white artists need to get better at talking about appreciating black culture because it sounds like he does actually just appreciate black culture,
It was just a
which is
wild quote.
good. But to say I got blacker,
Yes.
that's the problem. Because, sir, I hate to tell you this, you're not black and you weren't black before this and you're still not. That was the one. And like you said, like everything else that he said was like great. He was literally like, I just like black culture and
I
it
love
sounds
black music,
great.
is what he
And
said.
yeah, they
I have
inspired
respect for
me
black music.
and this is great. And it's just that first one he fucked it up.
Media is so dangerous, man, because you do all
Yeah.
these interviews like I'm like, dog, were you just sleepy? Like that was just a stupid thing to say. And it's just
And and again, shut the fuck up. I
like you said,
just said this on News Network. Y'all are fucking talking too much. Y'all are fucking talking too much.
like
Shut the fuck up. Talk less.
because like everything else he said, it sounded like he was paying respect to like black musicians, black artists, black music, and he was like acknowledging the fact he's like, this is the type of music I love. This is why I wanted to make an album like this. So I was like, dog, you just didn't have to say that. And then like the fact that he's wearing like these big ass like turtlenecks, these big ass jeans, and like these Kangol hats sideways, I'm like, now, bro, it looks like you're role playing. Like
It
you could have just kept dressing the same way you always dress. You don't have to like dress like you're an R&B singer from the 1995. Like we don't have to do all
you
this, bro.
why do you look like Keith Sweat right now, Jack
Like
Harlow?
like just because now it looks like you're like trying to like I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like I think you can be authentic because he explained why he did this album like this. He was like, I was like trying to write a rap album for like years. He's like, I just wasn't excited about it. Like it wasn't him. Like I was leaving the studio or I was going to the studio. I wasn't excited. And he's like, this kind of excited me. So I was like, I respect that. But like now he just looks like he's like role playing or what's the word I'm looking for? He's like,
Appropriating.
oh, that definitely that too. But it's just like, come on, man. Did you have anything?
Um, I I would say don't let outside forces influence you in regards to even listening to this album. If you hit play on the first song, you're gonna listen to more of it. That's all that I want to say. You're
If
gonna
you like
listen.
this type of music.
Yes. Well, I don't even think if you like this, I don't even think that I need to make that disclaimer.
Yeah.
It's a good album. Pure. It's objectively a good album. It's objectively has great songs on it. So regardless of what you like or dislike, I think that if you push play on that first song, you're gonna keep listening. That's all I
And to be, I kind of like when artists take a risk occasionally, man. Like this is a risk for him to try something different, and I thought it was good.
it hit.
Just don't tell people you're getting blacker. Just like don't tell people that. That's all you got to do. But the album was enjoyable for me. I'm definitely turning it up. To me, I think it slides in my power rankings for the number two album of the year thus far. Brent Faiyaz is still number one for me. I think
I
that
checked it
album's.
out. I need to
I'm
check it out because I heard Butterflies. It's been everywhere, and
yeah.
I immediately downloaded that motherfucker.
It's still it's like about the same time period or just time not time period. It's about the same like length as like these other albums we're talking about. It's not long.
Love that. Okay, I'm
So
gonna listen to that this week.
to me, that's still my number one album of the year. Thundercat's coming out with an album soon. He's the guy that plays. I don't know if he's just a music like a. I think he plays the bass. He was on some Mac Miller songs, but I listen like he dropped like a. I don't know if it's like an EP recently before his album, and he's got Willow on there.
Love
Um,
it.
it's a
Yeah.
really good song too. He's got like a. I guess he got the blessing to have a Mac Miller verse on there. They're like close friends. He's got an old Mac Miller verse on there. He's got some good. There's one with Tame Impala, so I think that album's gonna be fire when it
I
comes out. So
I
that
kind
might
of
slide
feel
into
it.
my top five. But right now, man, this album's great. I feel weird as a white man saying I like it because of that quote. So I hope that I don't get canceled for acknowledging it. But I won't start wearing Kangol hats. Don't you worry. And I will not say I'm getting blacker ever a day of my life. I do get paler in the wintertime. I do get whiter, but I will not say I'm getting
Right.
blacker.
Exactly. I get wider.
Are you turning it up, Corinne?
Turn it the fuck up, man. Turn it the fuck up.
Check it out. There's free publicity. Just don't talk to the media anymore. We're gonna move on now to like stop the press tour. Just stop it. We're gonna
Next.
and throw that triple X turtleneck in the trash. Turn that Kangol hat all the way around or turn it off. Something. Turn it off. Take it off. Them hoes were never cool. We're gonna now move into the best and worst, and this is our last time doing the best and worst because we caught up to 2025.
I was actually going to ask you, do you want to do like 2026, like as of now in 2026?
We're not deep enough. We're only in the first quarter, I think, still. So I think
That's fair. I was just wondering.
no, I appreciate that. I think this is the last one, at least for now. I think maybe, we keep doing this for years. Maybe we do an annual version, but it's kind of sad. We started at the year 2000. Now we've made it all the way to 2025. So best and worst of is when we go over a year and we go over the best and worst movie, song, sports moment, and pop culture moment. And I'm doing the worst this week. Corinne is doing the best. Corinne, when you're ready, you can give us your best movie of 2025.
All right. Some movies that I wanted to mention last year. Great year for movies in general. Great fucking year for horror. Weapons. If you're a horror fan, you saw fucking Weapons. Keeper was a banger. Companion. Bring Her Back. The other movie, oh, Together also. The other movies, Eternity came out. I actually just recently watched that. Fucking loved it. Didn't love the ending, but loved the rest of the movie. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Rose Byrne banger. Give her that Oscar. Materialist. Love it. Best movie of the year. I'm going with the new Superman, bro. Fucking Woke is back, baby. It was so good. It fucking swept, not swept because there's like no awards for it, but it cleaned the fuck up at the box office. Over 300 million domestically, 500 globally. Fucking great movie. Everybody's excited for. I don't know if the Supergirl movie coming out is going to be like a sequel or a prequel or where in Supergirl's life this is in relation to her part in Superman, but everybody's really excited about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Superman. It was a great movie.
I don't know if she can, if Supergirl, I don't know if they'll be able to, top your girl Gal Gadot. even though
That's your fucking girl.
even though you hate women and you hated Wonder Woman the movie. But somebody's knocking on the door. I don't know which one of my children it is. I must have been living under a rock in 2025 on some Patrick Star shit because I did not know that there was even a Superman movie that came out.
That's
I'm not a big
crazy.
Superman guy, I guess, because I like Batman, and I'm just like, I don't know. Superman just is too generic of a superhero. But if you say it's good, maybe I'll check it out.
It
We've talked about
he's probably my least favorite superhero.
he's not technically Marvel either. He's DC.
Yeah, he's DC.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I probably won't watch it. I'm gonna be real. But glad it was good. Glad you enjoyed it. This was like I had a really rough time with movie and song because I'm like, damn, I just was not tapped into anything that happened this year apparently. Because I'd like
Yeah.
looked through all these movies. I'm like, I only saw like three, and the ones I saw I liked, and I was doing worst. So you know what? Just off hate alone, I'm gonna go with the worst movie being Christie. Our girl Sydney Sweeney likes to separate or your girl, not our girl. She likes to
Bro, when you said that, I was like, what fucking movie
she
is
likes
that?
to separate her art from her politics or whatever the case may be. Well, that art can stay separated from me. I'm not gonna watch that shit. Apparently it got halfway decent reviews. I think it was like 67 or something on Rotten Tomatoes. It wasn't splat or whatever, but she's like a boxer. Yeah, just not backtracking any of her quotes, just digging herself in a deeper hole. It makes me think she doesn't care about anybody besides blue-eyed white folks. So, Sydney Sweeney, I'm not seeing a movie of you boxing. I apologize. The
The only
feminist in
one
me would like to see it if it was anybody else. I know Karrin would not want to, but I would want to. Happy belated again International Women's Day to all my women out there who I love so much, and Karrin does not. But yeah, that's my movie. Song again, a struggle for me. I was like, I must have not listened to any music. This is going to be the best part of doing like the album reviews this year is it's going to force me to listen to new music. So I was like, oh, man, what even came out this year? I literally Spotify, I put worst songs of 2025 and this playlist popped up and I was like, oh, would you look at that? The Will Smith album dropped this year.
your boy.
I literally went on a walk with my youngest in the stroller and my dog earlier, and I'm like, I hate to do this, but I'm dedicated to this show. Even though we get 3 views, I'm dedicated. I'm going to listen to this Will Smith album until I find the worst song from it. I didn't have to look far. The worst song to me, there's a lot of bad ones, ends up being the first one. It's called You Looking For Me? Will, nobody's looking for you in the music space, my guy. You should have just stayed retired. Switch was ass. You should have just left that alone. You should have never came back. I don't like when rappers just like start rapping fast. Like that doesn't mean you're good just because you can say words fast. Like that's not like a skill of an elite rapper. Unless you're Twista or Bone Thugs and Harmony, I'm not trying to hear you rap fast. Really don't give a shit. He does it in there. He said something about he should win some awards. I'm like, not for your goddamn music. Love you as an actor, Will, but this shit sucks. So I'm going You Looking For Me by Will Smith, which I will never listen to again.
Best song of the year. I didn't write down any other music that came out. Kaylani's Folded clears
That's a good one.
easily. That is the only song that mattered last year. It was fucking everywhere. When that song comes on, I can't just listen to it once. I think that a lot of people are going to resonate with that song being in fucking rotation and on repeat for, I don't know when in the year it dropped, all 12 months of 2025. That song was in rotation.
I forgot that one came out because it was one of those songs I liked. I listened to it and I instantly liked, and I just never played it again. Not on
That's
purpose,
crazy.
but like I looked at that top 100, like the Billboard, like we usually do to like figure out how to do this. I was like, I don't know what any of these songs are. Literally, I went through like 100 of them. I was like, I don't know if I know
Damn.
any of these, like
Damn.
or like barely any of them. So
Yeah, you just unplugged, I guess.
I was, man. I was listening too much Sesame Street.
I was
What was
about to say you was on your bluey shit.
what was
Yes.
your y'all saw my Spotify Wrapped. What was your best sports moment?
Best sports moment. There's a football loophole in here. Steelers AFC North champs of 2025 season, baby. Technically, the last game of the season is in January, and that's when we were declared the winners of the fucking division. But
That
it's
counts.
2020, it's 2025 season, so it still counts. And we swept the Ravens last year,
Are
both
we talking
games.
about last season?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cheating.
it's the 2025 season. It counts.
I guess. I guess. But
It's
we
a
start,
loophole, but it counts. We're the 2025 AFC North champions. It just so happens that the last game was played in January that declared that title, but we
I,
have the title.
I don't like you finding a way to work your team into this when it's not relevant to the
Bam. Steelers Nation, baby. AFC North champs, baby. Let's go.
Um, yeah. Also, like we were talking about movies, I was like, forgot though. I think the only movies I saw that were new were like Zootopia 2 and SpongeBob, and that was like both like in the last handful of months, and they were both bangers. Sports moment, I'm going with the Rockets losing to the Warriors in the first round of the playoffs. The Warriors have just been the Rockets' kryptonite for forever. We were out of the playoffs, I think, for 4 years straight. We finally made it back. We were the 2 seed, get matched up against the Warriors, a chance for revenge. Not to be happened. They just have our number still, even though they're a way sorrier team. In game seven, we essentially got beat by Buddy Hield, who's no longer even on their team, got beat by a role player. Just really heartbreaking stuff. I think we were down 3-1, if I remember correctly. We came all the way back. And I remember this guy I talked to the Rocks about. He's like, this is our year, man. It's our year. We're beating them. Did not beat them. We lost. And yeah, it's just constant misery being a Houston sports fan. And that was the worst sports moment.
I respect that because the Texans kind of have that with the Steelers. Like the last couple, we did a couple of years ago, 2017. We Steelers went to Houston, beat the fuck out of them. I
Did you
was
say a
at
couple years ago? That was 9 years ago.
10 years ago, yes. A couple years ago. Time is relative. Up here, everything is a couple of years ago, a couple months ago, a couple seconds ago, and it was like 2 weeks. But yeah, we that was the last time that I remember we beat the fuck out of the Texans. Since then, they beat the shit out of us. I don't know if it's CJ Stroud. I don't know if it's that defense, whatever the fuck. They've been beating the shit out of us. So I understand that. I
If
understand
it's,
that.
if it's CJ Stroud, y'all got bigger problems. My
It's just their defense. Keep going. Miscellaneous news. Worst
my
miscellaneous news.
my worst miscellaneous news of the year. I am going with Drake suing his own record label. Um, I'm trying to remember when I started going south with my fandom of Drake, and I think it was like I said, I hadn't liked his music in a while. Like there'd be a couple of singles from each album that I might like, but I hadn't like really liked an album in a long time. I think this like the AI song was one of them, and then him just getting the breaks beat off him in this beef. But I think this might have been like the ultimate breaking point is this is rap beef. I understand you're from Canada. I understand you are on Degrassi. I know you're not from the streets. Neither am I. But I'm not gonna sue the record label for essentially saying that they're playing. What was it? It was like just saying they were playing like essentially saying they were
He,
against him, and they were like it was he sued him for
yeah,
defamation because they were talking about him being a
yes.
pedophile in the song, not like us.
Defamation and saying that Kendrick was pumping up his numbers basically with bots, which it wasn't bots, bro. We were literally listening. We literally all just had They Not Like Us in rotation for 9 months. I hate to tell you that.
As the voice of hip hop and as somebody who, loves the Jack Harlow album, let me tell you how rap beef works. No, but for real though, just the fact that he did that, I'm just like all credibility because there'd be like rap songs when he was talking about shit. I was like, no, you're not doing any of that. But
Yeah.
like, and then you go and sue, like it's just the lamest shit he could have done. And that like buried him. He was already dug his grave, and then he
Yeah.
like buried himself, put the dirt on top of himself with that one. That was my worst pop culture moment of 2025.
For the best, I'm going with The Last of Us season two. Did you watch that show?
I did not.
Last of Us season two, fucking banger of a show, got even bigger this year. I also wanted to mention that scandal at the Coldplay concert with
Oh,
the guy on the jumbotron cheating on his wife with his like
hot in
some
4K,
another coworker.
as the
So
kids
I
say.
I honestly loved that moment. I thought it was just a fun scandal that we don't really get to see it. We don't get fun scandals anymore. They're all fucking Epstein file type scandals. I think that this was just a very like low stakes for us. Obviously, these people are married and they have big shit going on. Another thing that kind of made me laugh uh connected to that situation was like the only reason that people made this such a big thing was because y'all did that on the jumbotron. If they would have just stood there and kept holding each other, nothing. Y'all are just two random people at the fucking concert. Everybody would have been like, oh, what a cute couple. Probably wouldn't have even made the timeline. But because y'all both were like, oh my God, and threw this big fucking tantrum, that is the reaction that made it go global. Y'all could have been on the Globotron, been having an affair, and it never still would have been known unless somebody at that concert knew y'all. But yeah, I love that little moment. I thought it was just great for the year. It was just a little lighthearted cheating scandal, nothing between two consenting adults. Yeah, I just loved it.
Have we got the 10-minute warning yet?
Nope.
I don't get the timer anymore. I don't know what happened.
Well,
No,
maybe I'm not getting it today
no.
because I feel like we're real close.
I think we're close to the 10-minute warning. I don't think well, my thing is this. That reminds me of a new trend I've been seeing that I don't understand. I've been seeing a lot of people on like Instagram and TikTok who like find out somebody's cheating on them and they either record themselves like showing that they found out they're cheating or they like try to catch their significant other cheating on camera and post on social media. Weird flex. Weird thing to
Yeah,
do. Like it's one thing. I feel bad for you if you got cheated on unless you
yeah.
deserved it. But like weird weird thing to do. Like, hey, my wife's cheating on me. I'm gonna record her and I'm gonna show it to everybody. I'm like, that makes you look pretty lame in my humble opinion. But
Inner validation has just gotten once we monetized engagement, that was the downfall of the internet. Obviously, you can point at like 900 other things that were like the downfall of the internet, but monetizing engagement killed the internet because people will do anything for clicks, people will do anything for clout, people will do anything to get attention off the internet, which is why we are in the hellscape of the
and
internet that we are.
that wraps up the best and worst of 2025. My daughter's getting very mad right now. We're going to get in our last farewell segment, which is F off, which is just a chance for us to tell somebody that's pissed us off, whether it's in our personal lives, whether it's a politician, whether it's Karrin's hero, Christy Nome, whoever it may be. It's a chance for us to tell them to F off. It's my one F bomb. I allot myself for the episode. And Karrin, you can go first.
um when I was looking into like the worst or the best and worst news for this year, I came across Morgan Wallen's SNL appearance. So this episode, I just want to say fuck off, Morgan Wallen. Get me back to God's country. Take your ass back to God's country, bitch. Take your fucking ass back.
It ain't
Go.
this. It ain't
Bye.
this country.
Fucking sit.
You're not, maybe if you're going anywhere in this state, you just ain't God's country.
Like the fuck? Yeah, I don't know if you remember that, but he threw a big fucking stink at the end of
That's
SNL when
enough.
he was
Yeah.
on it. Didn't say bye to anybody on the cast, kind of literally just walked like as soon as they wrapped, it was like, see ya, and got on his jet and posted, "Get me back to God's country. Take your fucking stupid racist ass back to God's country, bitch."
Can we just like go to like a time where we don't have to interview any celebrities? Because like I love that Seven Summer song, and I'm just like,
Oh,
what?
me too. I love
I was like, why does everybody have to ruin everything for us? Like,
again. Shut the fuck up. Challenge celebrities. Shut the fuck up. Stop fucking talking.
just you hate to see it. I'm going a different route today. I'm actually targeting a well. Let me just say, I had high hopes going into this Houston Rockets season. Got Kevin Durant in the summertime. It
You're
was
very
like
excited about
the
that. You
time
said,
is ours. I was thinking,
yeah,
we're contenders. All the big wig NBA reporters are like, Houston Rockets got a chance to do it. They've got a chance. Before the season starts, Fred VanVleet tears his ACL,
oof.
and we
Oh
just
no.
haven't been the same since. We've just looked disorganized. All your offenses look terrible. And we're just not probably going to, if we make it out of the first round, we're not making it out of the second for sure. We just haven't been able to overcome it. There's a lot of things to point at. You can point at the coaching. You can point at the GM not getting somebody at the trade deadline. You can point at a lot of stuff. You can point at him not having like technically a backup point guard on staff or on team in general. But, if Fred was here, we would be playing better. I don't know if we'd be a championship level team, but we would be playing better. So I want to tell Fred's ACL to fuck off for tearing. We just needed you, dog. This ACL, we needed you this one year. Fred, you're a good guy. You appear to be a lovely human being. I like your podcast that you started. Everything is great about you. You're a great leader, but your knee, man, what a hoe this year. Your knee is the worst. And our championship dreams are shattered. And yeah,
That's
fuck.
crazy. Telling an ACL to fuck off is crazy.
Yeah, it deserves it. And that wraps up our Side Duck episode. I got the timer finally. Episode number 54. Um,
Could
if
have
you
been
haven't,
it could have been our Zach Frazier episode, but I'm gonna let you cook.
I don't even know who that is.
He's our center.
Oh, the illustrious Zach Frazier.
The
Um,
hey, he is illustrious.
I just remembered I put a shirt in the dryer that I didn't want to dry the full cycle, and it's just in there roasting, probably
That
shrunk.
bitch is
Good
cooking.
times.
That bitch is cook. Hey,
Yep.
wear that crop top next week, baby.
We better get more than 5 views on this because it's not going to be worth it if we don't. But that wraps up episode 54. If you have not checked out Age of Attraction, check that shit out, man. My wife and I have been watching it. It is quite a time. Yesterday, like, so what happens is they decide essentially they want to like continue this in the outside world, and that's when
Mhm.
they tell each other their ages. So we've seen a 27-year age gap, we've seen a 33-year age gap. People make some questionable decisions. I think people are thinking real short term and not thinking about when they're 47 and their spouse is 80 years old.
That's
So
crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
it is interesting. But yeah, check that out if you like. It's worth a watch. I've been burnt out on reality shows, but this one's interesting so far.
Also, check out Long Lost Pals News Network. We've been having, I think that News Network has been a really good addition. I think it's very relevant. We talk about some good shit on there. Obviously, like and subscribe and all those good things. But yeah, definitely check out News Network because I think that those have been really good episodes.
And yeah, only thing I got for y'all is don't get interviewed by anybody. You might say something stupid.
Say less. That's like talk fucking less. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't kill your own fucking legacy. Shut the fuck up.
Say less and stay fly. We're out.